All right, good afternoon, everyone. Thank you and welcome to another session of 30 Minutes With. This is Downtown Spokane's recurring webinar series where we bring you local industry experts and community leaders to talk about some of the more pressing topics of the day. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Kevin Campbell. I'm the Business Relations Coordinator for the Downtown Spokane Partnership. And today I have the pleasure of introducing our featured presenter, Marlene Feist. Marlene is the Public Works Director of Strategic Development for the City of Spokane. And today she's going to be talking about snow removal operations and what you need to know being downtown. So in a moment, I'll pass things over to Marlene. If you do have any questions during the presentation, please feel free to just put them into the chat box. And at the end of the prepared portion, we can get to those questions, as well as open things up to a live Q&A if you do have any questions that you'd like to ask Marlene. One thing I'll also note is that we do record these sessions and make them available online. So if you need to reference the content or would like to share it with anyone else, those will be available to you afterwards as well. So with all of that, Marlene, if you are ready, I think I'll pass things over to you. Thanks for being with us today. We appreciate you. You know, the snow has started to come down, hasn't started to stick, but seems timely nevertheless. So if you are ready, go ahead and take it away.
Great. Thank you, Kevin, and glad to join you here on this mid-December day. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen with all of you. And we're going to talk a little bit about the snow plan overall and then some specific details around downtown. So, you know, our goal here is when it snows, we're going to respond for our community. So snow season in the city of Spokane, we officially call that from November 15th to March 15th. Interestingly, the two biggest snowstorms we had were before snow season started, one in October where we had some branch impacts as well, and then one right before that November 15th date. So Mother Nature doesn't always agree with our so here's the basic tenets of the plan. We're going to do more plowing sooner. We're going to have more equipment and people available for snow removal. We have committed, so we do that, but we call it. So we don't just have people guess. We will send out information to the news media. We'll send it to the DSP who shares it with all of you. And we also let our 311 folks know. So we will tell you that, you know, for example, if we had a big snowstorm today and we were able to get in and do parking bay clearing on Friday night, we would tell you that we would have planned parking bay clearing. Maybe we probably set it for about 3 days for Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So you had that advance notice. And then if we got done more quickly, we would call it off. So you can get that information by looking for information coming from the DSP. And you can always call 311. If it's during the day, the operator there, the customer service representative can give you that information. And if it's not, we leave it on the recorded message. So you can always find out if we are planning to plow the parking bays and there are parking restrictions in the downtown. On sidewalks, we're going to clear those sidewalks on our property. And we ask citizens to clear a 36-inch path to aid pedestrians. And that 36-inch path, why we use that number is because that is what the ADA laws require, is 36 inches to accommodate those who are in a wheelchair. And we do have an ability for seniors and disabled individuals to call 311 and we can get them connected with volunteer services to help. Now, clearing sidewalks in downtown can be a challenge. We really don't want you to put it in the parking bays that we want to keep clear for those customers to be able to use. So we typically will tell property owners to store the snow along the path of the parking meters, but to give themselves some room around each meter so that people can get out of their car and use the meter and come visit your business. Here's that snow boundary that we were talking about. This is where parking is restricted when we do have those called events where we want to clear the parking bays. So this map is available on the city's website if you want to have this and put it up at your business so people know what the boundaries are for that snow parking restrictions. You can park on the meters under I-90 because those are covered, so we don't have to get into those parking bays, and those are available for free parking on those kinds of nights. You can also park outside the boundaries or in a off-street lot to make sure that your vehicle would not be towed during such an event. So driveway berms really are stuff that we manage in the downtown core, but it is something that our citizens are very interested in. We have now 17 of these snow gates. So on that plow, you can see that arm that's down in that picture. That is a snow gate. We use these in teams to go through the residential areas. So we have a truck plow, so basically a dump truck with a plow on the front that will cut the center of the street. And this kind of a piece of equipment with the snow gate, so it could be a grader or it could be a front end loader like we're seeing here, will work on the edges, and they lift and lower that gate at the driveways. So the gate lowers you at the front of the driveway, the driver goes past the driveway and lifts again and dumps the snow. A good trick, if you want to keep less snow in your driveway and allow that gate to do its work, is to shovel your driveway when you're looking at the street to the right, where the snow would be dumped by that piece of equipment. So then it doesn't have to move as much snow. The snow can get very heavy and the gate can be less successful if it has too much heavy snow against it. We're also trying to, this won't, by the way, completely eliminate berms. It's really effective in the residential areas, but if you live on an arterial where we have to plow a lot, you may not always get this kind of service. We've also changed our plowing techniques. We take extra care not to plow in the sidewalks. And in downtown and in a couple of other business areas, we may push snow to the center medians on some arterials as well. We will push snow to the middle too in like the Sprague Business District, for example, for the same reasons as we do downtown, which is to allow the parking bays to be available to customers. So what's new this year? A few things, right? So work and school at home, right? As a result of the pandemic, we're seeing more cars parked in the residential areas. So it's even more important at your home that you park on the odd side of the street. We added one more new snow gate and a new wing blade that provides more maneuverability in tight spaces. So we're going to use that blade, which instead of just being a straight blade, it has a center, it kind of forms a V. And we're going to be using that in places like the Lower South Hill or Browns Addition, where the streets are much more narrow. And we've tried to be more efficient with our operations. We've added more sites to store de-icer and salt, so crews can reload their trucks more easily and speed response. They don't have to go back to just the 1 or 2 locations that we've had previously. We've also added a ground temperature monitoring device to see if we can customize response. So we're piloting that on one of the hills up on the South Hill to see, we know that it's colder up on the tops of the hills. And so we want to make sure that we are responding differently than we would say on the flat areas in the bottom of the valley, like in downtown. Here is a new piece of equipment that we're going to use downtown. So we also can do things like be more readily available for downtown with a little piece of equipment like this, that it's a pickup truck, has that wing blade on the front, and it also has a de-icer piece of equipment on the back. So that's what you're seeing on the back, where we can drop de-icer. So we can work in tight spaces downtown. We can deploy quickly with this, and we can supplement what your DSP team is doing with its little gator, for example, to open up crosswalks and do that kind of work. So we'll put the big equipment in downtown when we need it, but we also might be able to give you a little extra service with this piece of equipment that we bought to use downtown. And so how do you get more info? In your utility bill in November, we inserted our snow brochure. It does have the residential plow route map. If you still have that, I'd recommend you sticking it on your fridge. It's also available on the city's website. You can follow the city on social media. So we do a lot of updates around snow removal on Facebook and Twitter. And we post information when we have snow response news to report. So if we are going to do, for example, that parking bay clearing in downtown, we will put that on our social media pages. We have a lot of information on the city's website, and we have the plow progress map. So when we actually do a full city plow, we activate our plow progress map, and you can watch as our plows move throughout the city and learn more about when the plows might be in your area. We, of course, have a partnership with local media. They love to talk about snow. And so we continue to have that relationship and provide them as much information as we can. And you can always call 311 if you have a specific concern or have a specific question. So that's pretty much the end of my prepared presentation, Kevin. If there's any questions out there, I can unshare my screen if that makes it easier.
Sure, yeah, we can open things up now if anyone does have any questions for Marlene. That was a great time to do it. And thanks, Marlene. We appreciate you coming on and giving us some of that downtown information too. That's exciting with some of the new equipment and things there. All right, well, if there are no questions, is there anything else, Marlene, you'd like to add?
Just that, snow is a partnership between the city and its citizens, and we rely on all of you to do your part too, and we'll try and do our best to get out there and get efficiently moving snow so that you can go about your daily business.
All right, excellent. Well, we appreciate that. And so with that, oh, it looks like, Gina, do you have a question?
No, I was just going to say thank you for the information. It's very helpful because I do have clients in the downtown corridor, so it's good information to relay back to them. So thank you.
You're welcome.
All right, and thank you, Laura, for the compliment to Marlene as well. She said great presentation, so we appreciate that. So with that, I think we will go ahead and wrap things up. And as I said, we have recorded this session, so we will make that available online. And Marlene, if you're okay with it, I think we'll get that PowerPoint from you too, just so that people can have access to that.
I'll send it on over.
Excellent. Okay, well, thanks for that. If anyone is interested in our future 30 Minutes with sessions, just keep an eye on our website, downtownspokane.org, where we'll have those on our events page as we lock in our presenters for that. And keep an eye on the Downtown Spokane newsletter too. And if you're not already on that, you can email me, Kevin Campbell, at kcampbell@downtownspokane.org, and we'll make sure that you're getting those weekly updates as well. So thank you, Marlene. We appreciate it and hope everyone has a great afternoon. Oh, and Janine, one more, or sorry,
yeah,
Gina.
just a quick question. So if you're going to download this to the website, we can share that to our clients and to our LinkedIn page as well?
Yes, so we are going to, usually we upload it to YouTube so we can make available the link there. There may have been some technical glitches at the start, so apologies in advance if that's an issue we're going to see afterwards, but we'll have that. And then again, on our website, you can see all of the archived videos too, if you'd like to access any of those.
Perfect.
Those will all be on the same playlist on YouTube.
Okay, awesome. Thank you.
All right, yeah, thanks a lot and have a great afternoon, everybody.
You too, bye-bye.